Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ba-Boom! Look, I've gotten quite a few requests for more GameStop stories, so I decided to take some time and sort it out maybe a little bit better, get away from the whole talking about regular stuff and get straight into the beef as it was. So here, because you asked for it, is more GameStop stories. Let's see, I made a little bit of a list here. And I decided to sort it out. First, I'm going to talk about the policies and how some things worked. Then I'm going to talk about particular customers that you saw on a regular basis. And then some questions later that I received. All right, let's see. First up, the trying games for 3 days policy with GameStop. If you didn't know this, in order for a GameStop employee to know anything about the video games that they're playing, they are allowed by company policy to check out a game for 3 days. They can take it home, they can play it all they want, they can beat it, they can get all the trophies, achievements, and everything, but it has to come back as it was with no DLC codes used up. Unless it's used. If it's used and they haven't used DLC codes, that's fine, because DLC codes aren't under the trade agreement. So, several cases happen when, someone checks out a game and it's a brand new game that just came out. Someone checks it out, they bring it home, they open it up, it was brand new. Like, let's give an example for a game that's about to come out, Fallout 4. The second Fallout 4 comes out, or even a day before, because, hey, look, we got access to the back room. They open it up, they bring it home, and they play it. And it's no longer a new copy because technically it's been opened and put in the system and played and everything like that. Then after the 3 days are up, they bring it back and they resell it as brand new. And a lot of the times the customer's like, hey, that copy's been opened that you're selling to me. Like, the one you're selling to me is opened. Is that still brand new? And then we pretty much just lie to them. We say, yeah, it was a display case. We needed a display case. They wanted us to put a whole bunch of display cases out there. It's still brand new. It still works. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Let's see. PS2 games being destroyed. This isn't really like corruption or something that you would really think is all negative. I mean, they do have a point. No one's going to buy these games anymore. I mean, they already made them like $1, but, geez, the way that they destroyed all their PS2 games when they stopped selling PS2 games was pretty much Shredder and Hammer. That's all they needed to do. They defected. What happened is pretty much all the games that were PS2. I mean, I'm talking hundreds and hundreds at a time because all these stores just had massive stock of PS2 games. They would pretty much take all of them and then smash them. They'd penny them out, and pennying them out is like only making each of them worth a penny, so then they're not supposed to be sold. And then they took them out back, and then they smashed every single one of them with a hammer. It didn't matter what game it was. As long as it was a PS2 game, it was gone. It could have been all your favorite Jak and Daxters. It could have been Ratchet and Clank. It could have been pretty much anything you can imagine that was awesome on PS2. Hell, I even saw Zone of Enders 2 get smashed with a hammer, and that hurt inside. But it does also prevent dumpster diving. No, you cannot dumpster dive in GameStops. Sure, you can kind of get their standees and their posters and stuff like that, but no, you can't dumpster dive a GameStop because almost everything that's ever defective gets shipped out to a warehouse where they decide to liquidate it or smash it. And if anything that we are about to throw away or they are about to throw away get smashed anyway. So there's no point in dumpster diving a GameStop. Here's one of the biggest issues that I have with GameStop is why do they have to own Game Informer? Game Informer is a video game magazine, in case you haven't seen it. It's been around for years. They come out with a new issue once a month. They have great covers. They really do have great covers, though. But wow, that once great magazine that used to be pretty impartial to how games worked. Like, hey, this game was good, this game was kind of crap, and stuff like that. Fine. But Game Informer got bought out by GameStop for quite some time now, GameStop has owned that magazine. They can push whatever they want on you. So when you sign up for that discount card, you know what I'm talking about, the Edge card. Ooh, you got the edge on everybody else. And it comes, or you're actually paying for the magazine subscription, but hey, look, it comes with magazines. You're paying for the membership, but it comes with magazines. My ass. Huh? They own that, so they can push whatever the hell they want. Anything. Madden comes out on it. Oh my god, 9 out of 10. Almost every single time. I think I saw a new Madden one time get an 8. And that was a really small article. Like, they wouldn't even flesh out as to why they gave it an 8. Let's see. Passing reservations to customers before release. Yes, this was an occurrence that happened a lot before a game came out. As long as you were tight with everybody, as long as you were cool with everybody, and stuff like that, that worked at GameStop. There could have been a chance that you got slipped a game before a release date. And of course, that's going to piss off a lot of people here, but honestly, if you can't wait 24 hours for a video game, I mean, oh well. Like, that's just my personal thing. If you honestly really need that game at midnight, you really need it that bad, come on. You have it reserved, just walk into the store later and pick it up. But anyway, yes, there were several cases. One night, what was it? Wrath of the Lich King was coming out. Wrath of the Lich King, the expansion, and all these people were lined up. They're like, oh my god, a new expansion, blah, 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 blah. Some people wanted it early and all this other stuff. I was like, no, dude, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you take this home early. It's an expansion that needs to be verified online. You won't be able to play it. If anything, you'll have patches to download. What are you doing? Why do you want this early? And then so my brother, or my best friend, whatever you want to call him, he's my best friend, but I call him my brother. He came to pick up Mirror's Edge, and I think Mirror's Edge came out around the same time. And so since Mirror's Edge didn't really have a street date, he had Mirror's Edge fully paid off and everything, and I slipped him a copy of Mirror's Edge. And as he's getting ready to leave the store, guess what? He gets attacked. Not actually physically attacked, but some people are like, what game you got, man? What are you leaving with, man? It's midnight. They're not ringing up anybody. Did they give you a copy early? Or a whole bunch of stuff. And it's like, he's like, no, dude, I got Mirror's Edge. And they're like, oh. Well, like, whoa, relax. All right. Holy shit. That's some of the only things that I could come up with about the store right now. So if you want to stop listening, that's fine. The rest is going to be about customers and questions. Customers. Dat Madden. There's always that motherfucker that comes into the store and says, hey, y'all got that Madden? Y'all got that Madden? I'm looking for that Madden. Or that 2K. You got that 2K? You got that NCAA? You got... No one ever comes in and says, hey, you got that NHL? That never happens. And there's always that guy. Recently, I went into a GameStop only because a friend wanted to go in. And while I'm standing around, I'm not touching anything, or I'm just kind of discouraged for standing in a GameStop again. And this black guy comes charging in, says, hey, y'all got that Madden? And I let out such a loud laugh, and I was trying so hard to hide it, and thank whatever out there that he didn't realize that I was laughing at him, because geez, it's bad. Especially when a new Madden comes out, that's all you hear. Phone calls coming up. Yes, thanks for calling GameStop. How can I help you? Y'all got that Madden? Yeah, we got it. Come in and pick it up. Bang. And don't get me wrong. Honestly, no racism involved here, but a lot of black people want that Madden. They want that 2K. They know what their audience is when they make these games. They know now. They know who's buying these games, and they make damn sure that they keep buying them. Let's see. Autistic customers. Yes, this is really a thing. I feel sorry for some of the people that come in. I do have pity on them. I'm not a bad person, but Autistic customers can be some of the worst. And it's not because they thrash around and flail or anything like that. Most of the time, they're very in control because they're in a GameStop, you know. Oh boy, I love video games. Why would you thrash something that you love, you know? So they're kind of hyped up and they're kind of sparkly eyed, you know. They're in there. They're not really there to hurt anybody, but they stand there and talk to you for 2 hours. I had a guy in the store talk to me for 2 hours. 2 hours he stayed in the store while he waited for his mom to come pick him up from Walmart. You know, like her mom was in Walmart and he was in the store just standing around playing with demos and then talking to me. And since I was the only one in the store at the time, oh boy, what a trip that was. Not to mention, there's also a guy with Tourette's that used to come in, and he wasn't a scary person or anything. He was actually pretty nice, but it was kind of weird, you know, just working and then seeing him, like you're actually watching him read the back of a game case, and all of a sudden he just breaks up, and you're just like, oh, whew. Hey, you need help with anything? No, man, I'm good. Oh, okay, all right. You kind of back off a little bit. Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, the poor autistic kids that come in, like, with their parents and everything like that, and they don't really understand how to read. They don't really understand. There was this one person that had a child that was blind in one eye, partially blind in the other, was deaf and mute. Like, he couldn't speak either. Like, this kid was all kinds of fucked up. Bless his heart. And and anytime that they came into the store, they pretty much handed him a game case, and he would look at it with his partially blind eye and just be like, no. And then no, he didn't get it. Let's see. Oh, there was this one time where this one kid cussed out his dad. I don't know. This kid looked to be 10 years old, 10 years old. And his dad, I don't know, trying to give in to like the kid's wants and needs, decided, hey, I'm going to let him talk to me like that and get whatever game he wants. So they both came into the store, and I know the actual father. He came in every now and again, and he was a nice guy, but he brought in his demon child, and he's like, hey, do you want this game? I'm going to buy you this game. And the kid's like, no, Dad, why the fuck would I want that? God, you're so fucking stupid. And for the life of me, I can't register that this kid just did that. And then afterwards, I can't register the fact that the dad actually put up with it. And he just goes, okay, how about this one? Like, maybe something was wrong with the kid, but thereafter, the kid never really acted like that. Any other time that he came into the store, he never acted like that. So it was like this one occurrence. And I'm wondering why the hell this is going on. Maybe something bad just happened in the kid's life and the dad's trying to make up for it. I have no idea. But this kid just cursed out his dad, and his dad is just, okay, whatever. He's just taking it. Another thing I got to talk about is Black Friday and Christmas with customers. Don't ever say you can work holidays for GameStop. Don't ever. If you ever need to sign up for a job, especially with really wanted retail like GameStop, really high-paced retail like GameStop, don't ever say that you can work holidays. Ever. Because you are going to get screwed over so hard. You will get nonstop phone calls. Like, imagine a line of 50 people. And there's maybe about 5 of you working at that counter, and there's only 2 registers open, because there are only 2 registers. And you got several people managing all the trays that come in. So not only are some of these people bringing in hundreds of dollars worth of trades per person, like we're talking like over 30 items that need to be processed per person. You need someone to process all of that. And then you need someone to help you ring out because they want to get so many things, or the things are just scattered everywhere. Christmas and Black Friday is hell. Is hell. I mean, war is hell, but you get what I'm saying. Retail with with Christmas and Black Friday, especially for GameStop, is terrible. Especially if they're buying used. I'm tired of fucking jackasses coming in to, well, I don't have to deal with it anymore, thank God, but I'm tired of jackasses that are like, I just bought this thing used. Why doesn't it work like brand new? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you decided to be cheap for Christmas time. I mean, I'm not saying you have to buy brand new. There are some families out there that you know are really tight on their spending and stuff like that, and they do the best that they can. But I'm sorry that you bought a used product and then demanded that it be new. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. Like, I can't make it new for you. It's used. If the disc has like a scratch or something, we don't fix it. I mean, why didn't you look at it when you bought it? Why on Christmas Day? You know, you're on Christmas morning and you're just like, oh, now it doesn't work. It's all GameStop's fault. Like, don't bitch at me. You bought something used. You didn't even bother to test it out when you brought it home. Because most of you are buying this stuff before Christmas. Why not test it out? See if everything works. Nope. Got to keep it in a box and everything like that. Let the kid fiddle with it. Let his little heart be broken. Let his or her little heart be broken when they open up the box and everything, and it just doesn't work. It's used. Oh man, there was even this one guy. This is on Christmas Eve night. Christmas Eve night, and we already closed down. It's like 12:30, so it pretty much is Christmas Day. Because, you know, they don't even pay overtime for that crap, by the way. And this guy comes banging on the windows and everything. Hey! And of course he's making a ruckus. So like, yeah, what do you need? What? We're closed. What do you need? And he's like, I got to get a game for my kid. It's Christmas morning. Where the fuck were you yesterday? Like, are you honestly coming at 12:30? I can't make this miracle happen because I can't just make a transaction at 12:30 in the morning. Sorry, guy. Hey, look, I'm sorry, man. Oh, no, come on, man. Don't be like that, man. I got to get a game for my kid. Sorry. You should have been thinking about your kid a little bit more than probably doing whatever the hell you were doing. You didn't look like you were in work clothes. So don't give me that work excuse. I'm here over at work, shutting all this shit down. And then you come. Oh my God. Oh man. All right. So let's see. Let's go over some of the questions. Why are there PC games, especially older ones, still somewhat expensive or even full priced? Because they want to make their money back. There were a few times where I noticed whenever Steam was having a sale, they didn't even bring down the price on the physical copies of the games that they had for PC. They want to get their money back. So all their PC games, even the older ones and everything like that, are still expensive, I guess you could say, or even full priced, because they just want to make their money back. They don't want to destroy them. They know the CD keys for them are still good. So you're still technically just buying a CD key. But what also irks me is one time there was a copy of FIFA 07. FIFA 07 for PC. And it was still priced at $20. And some, what would I call them? Vacationers. Some people who like to, I guess, travel the world, go to different countries. They came in with really big backpacks and everything. They had someone who was good at translating and everything like that. Came up and it was like, how much is this game? Blah, 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 blah. And they bought FIFA. So some foreigners came in with lots of stuff on them and bought FIFA. There was even a few foreigners that came in that wanted to try and strike a deal. Like, sorry, that's not how this works. If I buy 2 PSPs, will I get this many games for free? No, that's unless that's the deal going on. No, sorry, no. Because what happens is anytime that a foreigner comes in and then buys like really expensive items, I figured out that it's not really for them to use, it's for them to resell in their own country for exorbitant amount of prices. So they come here, they buy it really cheap, whether it's used or brand new, it doesn't matter. And then they go back in their country and they resell it for 3 times the amount of price. Doesn't matter. It's like a gold mine. Come to another country just to buy stuff and resell it somewhere else. That's what the internet's for now. You don't have to do this whole back and forth tidbit. Let's see, another one. Can you play games on the job? Come on. No, you can't play games on the job. The one time that I did get to play a game on the job, I was testing out a Zone of the Enders disc. And that was it. Actually playing a game on the job, no, you don't get to save progress or anything like that. If anything, you only get to test out the game for like 2 minutes, if that's even considered playing it. Can GameStop be used as a low-income bank? In other words, having reserves paid off and then coming in and then kind of withdrawing how much you had on a reserve. Kinda, yeah. I'm not going to lie about it. Kinda, yeah. There were some people that actually used their GameStop somewhat as a bank. They had like 13, 14 reserves all fully paid off and stuff. And they say, hey, look, I need to cancel this game, but I just want to leave 5 on it so you guys still have the reserve. And then he gets like $55 whole cash back. Fine, whatever. There's not much that I can really say or do about that. It's their money, but GameStop likes to treat it as their money. You can't do that. That's money that they already gave to us. Yeah, but they also reserve the right to get it back. That's the whole point of the system. But that's the way that the district manager wanted to sort it out. So pretty much, you go into a GameStop, you reserve a game using cash. If you use store credit, you are not getting any money back. You are only getting store credit back. The system knows how much was given in cash and how much was given in store credit. So don't try and pull anything fast like, oh, dude, I got $200 in reserves and it's all trading credit, and then you try and get cash for it. That's not how that's going to work. The system knows. The automatic system knows. So pretty much you go in, you pay something with cash, and you want to make sure it doesn't count on your credit cards or anything like that. Like, you want to make sure you don't accidentally charge it or overspend or something like that. You get a whole bunch of reserves over at GameStop, and then you come in and you withdraw whatever you want. But make sure that you keep the reserves down, or else you'll just be going in and then canceling like 10 reserves if you want a shit ton of cash. At least keep $5 on each game. That way the store doesn't exactly get in trouble, and then eyes aren't exactly pointing at you so hard, especially as a customer, because they do lock specific customers out of the system. You come in with stolen property too. Like, this is a whole nother subject, but if you come in with stolen property and we constantly send in feedback saying we think this person stole this, we think this person stole this over and over again, eventually the system's just going to block that customer out, and it won't be able to do any transactions for them under that name whatsoever. And you got to take their driver's license number every time. So let's see. That's it. I think that's about it as far as I can remember. So I know part 2 has been a lot shorter, but I tried to get to most of the beef to help anyone out. So thank you for listening. This has been Bob with Bob Boom. P.S. Never work for GameStop.